Right, we can get started. It is 1:33. We'll just get started with this group here. Welcome, everyone, to our Spring 2021 remote learning classes. Before we get started, we are going to go over a couple of housekeeping rules and Zoom etiquette. Right now, we're having a special campaign of Be a Lifelong Learner, Bring a Lifelong Learner, Bring a Friend, Invite a Friend to our OLLI free remote learning classes. And share the email, share the OLLI Weekly or the catalog to them, and they can contact my office or Nicole, or I can reach out to them as well. Also, please make sure to have your microphone on mute. Mute button should be located in the bottom left corner that says mute. This is a live participation class, and because there is a large number of us here today, for those of you who are participating, we encourage you to please unmute and just identify yourself. Say, hi, my name is Barbara, I'll be participating. Hello, my name is Norman, I'll be participating today with Heather. Also, this presentation will be recorded for university purposes. Moving forward, if you have a question, we encourage you to unmute yourself, or you could place your question in the chat and it will be addressed at an appropriate time. Also, moving forward, we invite you to stay at the very end of this course. As soon as our presenter leaves, our chef, Heather Slater, leaves, we encourage you to complete an evaluation of the class, and this will be reviewed by our curriculum committee. There's some feedback. Some people coming in from the waiting room. Welcome, good afternoon for those of you who just came in. We're about to get started. I'm just going a couple of housekeeping rules and Zoom etiquette. If you have a question, you may place in the chat, or you may unmute yourself and raise your hand, but please identify yourself. I want to welcome everyone to our virtual baking workshop with pastry chef Heather Slater. Today is May 11th. It is 1:35. And today's session is vegan dessert. Our chef has prepared us a unique program, and we invite you all, for those who will be participating, to please share us your what's the outcome of your desserts. Oops, sorry, I'm having some technical issues here. But other than that, we want to welcome you all, Miss our pastry chef Heather Slater. Nicole, can you stop my share, please? It won't allow me to stop my share. Not letting me. I'm sorry, everyone, for this technical. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry about that. Okay, go ahead, Heather. My apologies.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Baking with Heather. Okay, for everyone that is going to bake along with me, let's get your oven preheated. So preheat your oven to 350. And today we're going to talk about what vegan is and veganism is. And so, okay. Did everybody get their oven preheated?
Yes, Eugenia, I see her hand up. Okay, we have Eugenia. Anyone else? Please raise your hand, or can I get a thumbs up? Okay, Denise Jefferson and Eugenia. Anyone else? Two people. Okay, so I have Denise Jefferson and Eugenia Schneider.
Okay, that's fine. All righty, so Hema, if you can play the video so that we can understand what vegan and veganism is.
Absolutely.
Veganism and a plant-based diet are the same.
Whew, I've been dying to get to this one. Veganism is, say it with me, an ethical position that seeks to liberate animals. Yes? Yes. A plant-based diet has nothing to do with ethics whatsoever. It is simply a diet that mainly consists of plants. So when foods say plant-based, that means that they're based in plants. Plant-based foods fit into a vegan lifestyle, but the plant-based diet doesn't necessarily mean that people are vegan. It just means that they eat mostly plants. It's actually quite simple, but for some reason people are still getting this very confused. So let's recap. Plant-based diet is simply plant-based versus animal-based. Vegan lifestyle is an entire lifestyle that revolves around liberating animals. So we don't eat animals, we don't wear animals, we don't use cosmetics tested on animals, we don't engage in entertainment that exploits animals in any way. They are not one and the same at all. This vegan myth, busted.
Veganism and a plant-based.
Okay, thank you, Hammer. So as you can see, the word vegan is used very loosely. And so usually if you're a vegan, that it's about liberating the animals, and that you're really strict about what you eat. And so it cannot be any animal products whatsoever, even honey. So let's get started with the brownies. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we need a half a cup of water. And you're gonna get your pot that's on the stove and pour it in. And then we're gonna put our sugar in with the water. And I'm using the organic Florida crystals. This is vegan, it's raw, it hasn't been processed. So we're gonna put a cup and a half of sugar in the water. And turn your burner to medium. You don't want the sugar to boil, you just want it to dissolve the sugar. And so while we're doing that, but keep an eye and take one of your whisks and make sure you stir the sugar and the water together. Okay, while we're waiting for the sugar to dissolve, we're gonna go ahead with the dry ingredients. And we're gonna measure out. Oh, wait a minute, before we do that, let's get our flaxseed done. Do we have anybody using flaxseed or applesauce?
Applesauce.
Okay,
Applesauce.
okay. So I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. And this is what it looks like. Okay, I think the sugar is dissolved, so you can check it and turn your burner off. And we're going to add 5 tablespoons of water to the ground flaxseed, if you're using flaxseed. This is your egg. So you can use ground flaxseed for egg. You can use bananas for eggs. You can use applesauce for eggs. They also have a vegan egg substitute, which is kind of like a cream powder, and then you mix it with water and you wait for it to come together, and it's like a gel, and then you use that also. Okay, so while we're waiting for our flax seeds to develop, we're gonna put 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I always like to sift it because sometimes you get foreign particles in your flour. So we're going to sift the 1.5 cups of flour.
Heather, we have a question in the chat.
Yes.
The question is, why is honey not used in a vegan diet? Is it not part of the? It's not part of the bee? That's her question.
You don't use it because the bees make the honey, even though they're not animals or insects. But I learned that out because I have a friend that's a vegan, and I had made something vegan, but I did put honey in it, but I let her know. And so, you know, they're really strict. So it's like anything that I guess that has life that's an animal or insect, then they will not consume.
Understood.
I don't
Thank
know
you,
if that
Heather.
answered the. Okay. And this is the cup of flour. Okay, at this point, I'm going to add the cocoa powder. And sometimes, you know, when you buy cocoa powder, sometimes it's real clumpy. So it's always a good idea to sift it so you can get the clumps out so you don't have clumps in your brownie batter. So I'm going to measure 3/4 cup of cocoa powder. Try not to get the cocoa powder and the flour over everything. And I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know, can you see the little clumps? So I'm just going to use my hand to kind of work the rest of the cocoa powder in. Any more questions?
Not at this time. I'm just checking the chat right now. And if anybody would like to unmute, and if they have a question, now is the time.
Hi, can you use regular sugar?
Yes, you can use regular sugar, but just remember, if you're a vegan and you're really strict, you would not use regular sugar because it's the process to break down the sugar, they use animal bones.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
but when you search for vegan recipes, you'll find a lot of vegan recipes that would just say regular sugar.
Okay.
But if you're really strict, then you would know not to use that. You would use a vegan sugar.
Okay. Okay.
But you can
All
use regular sugar.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to add the 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Always use salt in vegan recipes, especially the sweet ones. Okay, and next we need a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. You can use, I'm just using vegetable oil. Normally I would use olive oil, you can use canola oil, you can use, what's that other oil? Can't think of it right now, but any oil. And I've also made these brownies using the vegan butter. So 1 stick is 1/2 cup and you can melt it down and then use it. Okay. And one added little ingredient, it's not in the recipe, but I like to add it to my brownies, is instant espresso, whichever brand you like. This one's a good brand. I like to use this one. I'm just going to use like a 1/2 teaspoon And what this does is this brings out the chocolate flavor of the brownies, and it gives it a little bit of but you can omit it if you don't want to put it in there. Okay, and so I'm going to add the oil. And you can also add the vanilla. This is the brand that I use.
How much espresso, Heather?
Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon.
Uh-huh. And a tablespoon of vanilla, and I'm going to eyeball it because I like vanilla. That's about a tablespoon. Okay, now we're going back to the sugar mixture.
Did somebody say espresso?
Yes, that just gives the chocolate a little extra kick. It brings out the chocolate. You don't have to add it in the recipe. It didn't call for it, but I like to add that to my chocolate brownies.
Okay, I didn't have that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, come on. So this is the sugar mixture that I'm pouring in. And then at this point, you want to add your chocolate chips. I found these at Trader Joe's, and these are vegan. So you're going to add a half a cup.
Yes, Barbara? Go ahead and unmute.
What about chocolate? How you're not hurting any animals with chocolate? No animals make chocolate, so why is that vegan?
This is vegan, no animal products, no milk, no
Animal fat? What?
no animal fat, no. Because
Okay.
you can find now even at Walmart, Target not so much, but you can go to Whole Foods, Sprouts. Walmart has just started carrying a whole line of sugar-free. So because I remember you said you wanted to make some sugar-free brownies, so whatever the sugar-free substitute. I like Splenda because it kind of mimics sugar as opposed to some of the other sugar substitute. But they have chips, they have sugar-free chips, they have vegan chips, they have keto chips. So they have like a big line of different kind of chips. And so this is 100% chocolate, no animal products at all. And they cost a little bit, Trader Joe's, they keep their prices on their chocolate chips pretty reasonable. I think I only paid like $2 for this. But if you go to Whole Foods or Sprouts, then you'll probably pay like maybe $5, $6. Walmart, I think it's about $3, $4. So, when you get a specialty item, you pay a little bit more. And so they're starting to come out with more. Because you can even find white chocolate chip, which I would think would be a little bit impossible because you need the milk for the white chocolate chip. But yeah, they even have vegan white chocolate chip now. Okay, so we're going to gently mix this together. We have to put our flaxseed in. Okay, now we can mix. I think I got all the ingredients. And at this point, if you like nuts, you can go ahead and add nuts to your brownies. And I have about a half a cup of chopped pecans here. So I'm just going to add these to them. But if you don't like nuts, you can leave them out. just want to go back through the recipe one more time to make sure I didn't forget anything. It's always good to double check. So we did the sugar and we did the water. We did the flax seeds with the water or applesauce. We did the 1/2 cup of oil. We did 1 tablespoon of vanilla. For the dry ingredients, we have 3/4 cup of cocoa powder, 1 and 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. And if you're gluten-free, you can sub gluten-free flour to the all-purpose flour. And then we added the 1/2 teaspoon of salt and then the 1/2 cup of chocolate chips and pecans. So you want to gently get everything mixed, but we don't want to overmix it because we don't want to have tough brownies. But I just want to make sure everything is mixed. Okay. So get your 8x8 baking pan. And so what we're going to do is spray it. Be generous because you want to be able to get the brownies out. No point in making brownies if you can't remove them from the pan. So usually, okay. Huh? Yes, Barbara?
Could you use parchment paper instead of that?
Yes, you
Parchment
can use
paper?
parchment paper.
You just lift it out that way?
So you
Okay,
just lift
thanks.
it up. Yeah. Yep, you sure can. So, or another trick, you can do flour, but when you're doing a chocolate dessert, it's more recommended to use cocoa powder. So you can kind of dust it with cocoa powder. And then that will release it too. So that's what I'm gonna. So you can see a little cocoa powder. So I'm just gonna work it around this pan. And then tap the excess off. And now we are ready to pour the brownies into the prepared pan. So spread it evenly. And then tap the pan on the counter to release the air bubbles. It's a little loud. And then you can put it in the oven. I'll put it in the oven for, let me see, she said about 35 to 42 minutes. And I'm gonna set the timer for 30 minutes and then we'll see what they look like. And that is it. Do we have any more questions?
Any more questions? Heather, your Instagram is Simply Sweets, right? By Heather Slater on your social media?
No, it's at Sweets by Heather.
Sweets by Heather, okay.
Mhm.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yes. Myra.
When you are measuring and you have the liquid measuring cup versus the little bitty things, the little scoopers,
Yes.
does it matter Does it matter?
Yes, it does. But if you're in a pinch and this is all you have, then that's what you have. But usually these are for dry ingredients. Your flour, your sugar, chocolate chips, pecans, the dry ingredients. That's what these are for. And then typically the measuring cups are for your liquids. So water, coffee, juice, whatever is liquid, you usually put in this.
Is egg considered a wet or dry? Eggs?
Eggs, it would be wet. So then you would probably use this.
Okay.
But usually they will tell you, most recipes will just tell you how many eggs that you need, unless you are doing the French recipe where they mostly deal with by weight, which is probably the best way to make a recipe, because the weight, when you weigh stuff out, you get more accurate results.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Heather, I see where it says including the flax, eggs, 1 stick. And what does that mean?
Wait a minute, where does it say that at?
Number 6, it said add all remaining wet ingredients, including the flax, eggs, 1 stick.
Oh, okay. So in the beginning, I asked if you're gonna bake with me, who was using applesauce or who was using flaxseed, ground up flaxseed, not the whole ground up. Yeah, Elaine is using applesauce. So applesauce is a good substitution for eggs, but typically a lot of bakers use ground flaxseed, and so you have to kind of activate it. And usually you add. This recipe said 5 tablespoons, but usually it's 3 tablespoons to 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, and that's 1 egg.
Okay,
and then
so
you combine it, and then you let it kind of activate, and it gets a little bit thick, and then it kind of acts as an egg. It binds the brownies together.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Okay, there's a question in the chat, Heather. Mr. Bailey's asking, what was the baking temperature?
The baking temperature was 350. And if you were here for the first class, you know my sweet spot temperature is 325. But I'm going to follow directions and do as what she said. So it's 350. So I have my oven set to 350. Which is why I want you to check it in 30 minutes just to see, because sometimes, everybody's oven is different. Some might be a little hotter, some might not be as hot. I know on my oven, typically 350 is too high.
Thank you, Heather. Anybody else? Yes, Mr. Norman.
Hi, I guess my question has to do with the flaxseed. I bought a bag of it and I got the full seed instead of the ground. Can you use the full seed, or do I have to grind it up?
You'll have to ground it up. Yeah, you have to grind it up.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Right. But you can use it for other things. You can use it for granola. You can top it off with granola, or some cereal, or if you want the crunch, you can add it for like the nuttiness. But if you want to use it for like eggs, then you would have to ground it up.
I see. Well, I didn't know you could substitute it for eggs. This whole class has been an eye opener for me as far as the vegan stuff. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, vegan baking and cooking has come a long way. Because I remember when I started, I was doing vegan pastries, and I couldn't. People were like, vegan, what is that? It didn't look good. It almost didn't taste that great. But now it's just, you can do a lot of stuff with vegan stuff, and it is delicious.
Any more questions or comments? Not at this time. Eugenia.
Yeah, Elaine, how's your brownies?
Trying to unmute.
Have to go
Oh, there you
check them.
Okay.
They're in the
So it's
oven.
just me
I
and you
was
today.
just washing up some of my dishes.
Oh yeah. That's what I usually do too.
It's cooking.
Okay.
Or I should say baking.
Mm-hmm. Let me see how many minutes we got. So we're at 23. So maybe when it gets to be about 15 minutes, rotate your pan in the oven. Any more questions?
Go ahead, Pearlie.
No, I learned a lot too. Sorry we're late today. We had an unexpected appointment. It just everything got thrown off schedule. So I'm not cooking today, but it'll be like last time with the salad. We're making that today again too. This is the 5th time.
Okay, all right.
So we'll get
that salad.
Yeah, so we'll get to try this one as well. But today it just didn't work out. And I learned about the eggs too, Heather. I didn't know about substituting flax seeds for eggs. I didn't.
Yes. And you can do bananas also, but if you're a person that don't like bananas, you just have to keep in mind that it will have kind of a mild banana taste, depending on how ripe your bananas are.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the purpose of that is to hold things together. The eggs, I'm thinking about
to bind it together. And you know, when you take stuff out, then you have to replace it with something else. And so if you're not using eggs, then you have to replace it with something that will mimic what an egg would do. It won't be exactly like, but very close.
That's great. We don't need a lot of eggs. We eat too many eggs here. We're gonna cut back in some egg whites, but maybe just no egg. All be just
right. And you can use eggs in the recipe, but it won't be vegan. It would be vegetarian.
Okay. How about egg whites without the whole egg?
Egg whites?
Maybe not enough.
Yeah, I would say no, because you need that yolk, that fat.
Oh, okay.
So, but if you want to lighten it up, you can, but it'll probably be a little coarser, a little drier.
Okay.
How much banana for substitute to an egg?
For egg, usually they say about like a small to medium sized banana.
That much? Oh, for one egg? Wow.
For like one recipe, usually a recipe is usually 2 eggs. So you can use like a medium banana, which would be like 2 eggs.
Mash it up.
And mash it up.
I didn't know that.
Okay, let me check on we're at 20 minutes.
Who else is making brownies? Just you, Elaine?
Yeah, I think it's just me and Elaine.
Oh boy. Okay.
I know. Emma, is it just me and Elaine?
I'm making them.
I thought Denise Jefferson was making them.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
I have to try to
am.
make sure I get this right, because I'm supposed to demonstrate this to my vegan and vegetarian children.
You got to get it right, because they won't eat any more vegetables after that.
You'll get it right. I'm trying to find a simple recipe, because like I said, vegan baking has come a long ways. They had like a double boiler. You got like 3 or 4 different kinds of chocolate. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, let me find a more simple. And then once you get this recipe, then you can kind of venture out and find like another recipe. more questions?
Does this make a lot?
Yeah, this makes about, I think, 16 brownies, depending on how you cut them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'cause this is rich.
That's how brownies supposed to be.
Yeah, they're rich. Mm-hmm.
Why have a brownie if it's not rich and decadent?
I can only eat a corner because I can't eat chocolate.
Oh yeah. But then you can also serve it with some vegan ice cream, vanilla ice cream. They probably have some coffee ice cream. They may even have a better pecan. Vegan.
I'm trying to make this be real bad.
Yeah.
Lynn, are you allergic to chocolate?
Yeah, it doesn't like me.
Oh,
I
okay.
put it this way, it gives me, I never grew out of acne, okay?
I got you. I got you.
Heather, just a question in the chat. I was coming from getting this right, Prin. Her question is there a particular vegan recipe cookbook that you recommend?
Ooh, there is, but give me a minute because the title is not coming to me, so I have to look. But I do have a couple of recommendations. I will get them to Hema, and then she can give the information, pass the information along.
Of course, to be determined.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I probably have some of them on my phone, but we're using the phone. The gal that was explaining what vegan and veganism is, she's the creator of the vegan street fair, and hopefully, I think she's going to have a couple of fairs. I don't want to get the dates wrong, but because of Corona, everything was shut down. So she puts on this really huge fair, and all the vendors are vegan. So all the food is completely vegan, no animal products, no nothing. So that's one of my goals, is I want to participate in one of her fairs.
Thank you, Heather. And it was from Princella. Sorry about that,
Okay.
Princella. I said Prin, but it's Princella, Miss Princella Polk. Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and okay. It should be beginning to set a little bit. Still loose in the middle.
A funny
Go
story.
ahead, Barbara.
I was at the LA Farmers Market, the big one up there off of Wilshire, and they had a stand that had vegan hot dogs, and I love hot dogs, so I thought I'd try a vegan hot dog. And they handed it to me, and it was a whole carrot in a hot dog bun, a cooked carrot.
Right.
Not what I expected.
No.
Was it good? Was it tasty?
Well, it's kind of sweet, so you're eating it, something
It was a
sweet in
carrot,
the bun. It's not hot dog material, let me tell you.
Right. They have some, I don't know what
soy
fruit or plant it is, but I know jackfruit, the way you can prepare it, it's like shredded meat. And so you can make like shredded pork or something, or chicken or something like that. But then, of course, you can use soy. They have like some soy, like soy chorizo, or they have like soy crumbles that look like ground beef. So I guess they can kind of fashion it into. Yeah, but I heard about the carrot. The soy, yeah. Yeah, I have a girlfriend. She does salads, and she also does a lot of vegan food, and she makes a really good vegan, just like black bean. And I think she put beets and stuff, but it holds its shape, because sometimes when you're using beans or plant-based stuff, it doesn't hold its shape. It kind of falls apart. But her burgers, they stay together, and it's like a burger. It's really good. And then she makes some vegan crab cakes too that are really good.
Wow. Yeah, it does. Yeah, 1 hour.
So Elaine and Denise, how's your house smelling? Should be smelling good with the brownies cooking.
Smells like chocolate.
Yeah.
That chocolate was smelling good before I got to cooking it. I just put it in the oven. I was a little behind.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting ready to go to the big computer now. I can't stand this little phone.
Oh, the little phone, huh?
Yeah, I'm putting up my stuff while it's cooking.
So this was kind of a quick recipe.
Oh yeah, because I was behind, but I caught up.
I like that salad when we did all that chopping.
Yeah, it's worth it though.
What did you say?
It's worth it. The salad, it's worth it.
How many times have you guys made that salad?
This is the 5th time.
Oh, wow.
I got the stuff right over there. Matter of fact, we had it all chopped up, and it had a great big pan, like a big cookie pan, and with to wash everything and to make sure it's as dry as possible.
I made my 4 times.
Made it up on Mother's Day, but we ended up having some greens left over for Mother's Day. So what we did, we just put it in the refrigerator and put napkins and everything around, and he's mixing it over there right now. So we'll have that today for sure. We'll start.
Oh, okay. That's a good salad. I do.
It's a great one. I always keep around.
I really enjoy that salad.
And it makes a lot.
Yes, it does.
A lot.
It's good for, well, I don't know when we'll be able to do that, but it's good for potlucks. Or,
absolutely.
Something, it's a big gathering.
Yes, it would be a perfect dish to prepare. Exactly.
And how's your business doing, Heather?
It's doing okay. It's picking up a little bit. Mother's Day wasn't bad, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for Father's Day.
Keep us
on Mother's Day, I should do bunts in a box, like 4 small bundt cakes.
Oh, that. I mean, for us, you're gonna for us to learn.
For Father's Day.
Oh, for sure. I'll make that one. I'll make a note to be sure to do that one.
But I don't know, the fathers might be a little mad because for the Mother's Day, I did a brownie sampler.
Oh.
So I did brownie bites, 12 different flavors of brownie bites. And then I put a mini bundt cake in the box.
Wow.
I showed some pictures. So it was a lot of brownies. It was like peanut butter brownie. There's a peanut butter cheesecake brownie.
Wow.
Walnut brownie, a turtle brownie with caramel pecans. There was a red velvet, a cinnamon roll brownie, a white chocolate macadamian, a strawberry shortcake brownie, a peanut butter, I think I said peanut butter brownie, a fudge brownie, and which other one? A black and white and a s'mores.
Wow.
That's
wow.
12.
I call those diet busters.
Right, but they just brownie bites, just like 2 bite brownies, just enough.
And just so that everybody knows, I did put Heather's social media of Instagram in our chat room. It's Sweets
So
by
I'm just
Heather.
waiting for the farmers markets to, some of them are opening up, but one of my major ones, I don't know if that one's going to open up anytime soon, so we'll see.
Ooh, here I am working hard, girl. That was some fast turning. You know, when you put the oil in, that was kind of funny, trying to turn that.
Oh, really?
I guess, well, you know, that was after I put all the ingredients in, right? Then the leftover wet ingredients. The oil was last?
No, I think I put the oil in first. I put the oil in, and then I put the sugar water in. I think I put the flaxseed in last.
Yeah, okay. But the flaxseed did go in last, and I think the oil did. Once I finished mixing up my dry, then that's when the oil went in.
Yeah, or you can make it even easier if you have a big pitcher. After you get your sugar water done, you can put that in the pitcher. You can put the oil in the pitcher. You can put the flaxseed and mix it all up together, and then you put all the liquid in the dry.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that it makes a difference because when you put the oil in with the dry ingredients, it kind of was like a little clumpy at first.
Yeah.
But then when you,
And then when
that sugar water should have loosened it up because it was a little warm.
Yeah, it did after we put that in.
And when you said to on the recipe, fold in the chocolate chip, that was too late. I had already threw the chocolate chip in there.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. I don't know how these brownies gonna come out.
They'll come out good. Come out fine.
We'll see shortly. Picture it up.
Well, I think we'll be through before mine is done because I just threw it in there about 5 minutes ago.
We'll wait. Don't want to see them.
I'll see you tomorrow, Pearlie. I'll tell you what it happened.
We're at 7 minutes, the 7-minute mark. Any more questions?
I like it was fast. I like that.
Yeah. Quick. I think what Barbara, if you make the brownies and you use the sugar substitute, let me know which sugar substitute you use.
I go along with you. Well, Truvia is mine go-to. But question, if your oven is not up to par, you know, it's too hot or too cold, does the gas company come out to adjust it, or how do you adjust the oven? Or you just have to figure out it?
Well, you know what? I keep a what is the oven? The thermometer, is that what it's called? Because I keep 2 of them in my oven for like in the center, so for one side, and I keep, and so my oven is pretty true to temperature, but I think you could call the gas company if you're noticing that your oven is.
I always have to add 30. I have to add 35 degrees to mine because it's running too cold to make it the right temperature.
You probably need to be recalibrated, right? Yeah.
If I have something at 425, by the time I add 35 degrees, then you know,
right,
I'm off the charts.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll call them.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You have a gas?
Yes.
Yeah, gas.
Yeah.
I prefer the gas.
It goes on fast and goes off fast.
I'm sad because they're not really making a whole lot of them. They're trying to force us to do electric.
Yeah, I like gas.
Electric takes too long to heat up and too long on the stovetop and too long to cool off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like Truvia too. I switch them out depending on which one is on sale because they bake up the same. The Truvia and the Splenda. I've tried stevia.
On sale? I never found them on sale.
Oh yeah, they on sale sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Target will have them on sale sometimes.
Okay.
And who else? Is it Smart Planner? Where else would I buy? I'm trying to think where else I buy them.
What is stevia? What is it?
Stevia, it's like a plant.
Right,
And
we buy, oh, you mean you buying the whole plant?
no, not the plant. They have like a sugar sweetener or substitute.
We get ours at Costco. We buy it at Costco.
Okay, I just find that a little bitter. So especially in baked goods. So I don't have to play with it, but I did find some monk fruit. So I'm going to try that out and see
Monk fruit.
how that one works.
Yeah, the monk fruit.
Liquid monk fruit.
Monk fruit, no, it's
a
like
plant.
a powder.
It's a
Kind of like
powder.
a Splenda powder.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've heard this a little bit of research, and some people have reactions to it, like an upset stomach. So I don't know if that would be good. But I was gonna try it just to see. And so I'm kind of
make you want to diet.
Kind of sensitive, so if there's a reaction, I'll get it and I'll know.
It's your timer.
How much more time, Heather?
We have 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
Okay, let me know when you want to do the trivia questions.
Okay. Okay, for those that are baking, Elaine and Denise, can you guys test yours with a toothpick and see if it comes out clean or if it has a little bit of crumbs?
I know mine's not ready yet. I have about 15 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
But not that long. How long was I supposed to put it in there?
I said, well, the recipe said 30. Where is it? I lost where? Oh, 35 to 42 minutes. I said 30 minutes to start.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think that's why I put it on, because I have a fast oven.
Mine isn't, it's not gonna be ready. It's in the middle. When I open it, yeah, on around the sides, I can tell. But in the middle, it's not ready in the middle.
Yeah. Can you see it on the? Yeah.
It's getting there.
So I'll probably do another 8 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Hima, I guess we could do the trivia now.
The trivia? Okay. We just pull up the questions. So we have 2 questions here. Whoever answers it first in the chat, so please do not unmute yourself. We would rather do this through the chat. Please have your chat room open. Now is the time. There is a prize. Answer the question correctly. Let me see. Pull it up real quick. I'm going to place the question in the chat. Whoever answers it first and correctly will win the prize. Hey, Eula. She's ready. Okay. All right. So here we go. First question is in the chat. What is vegan or veganism?
But she said that vegan is about ethical treatment. And she said not every vegan.
I'll have you, Heather, give me your opinion on which was the best, as closest response to the answer that we have.
Okay.
Eugenia said no animals. Barbara Riley said no animal involved. Denise Jefferson put a person who does not eat or use animal products. Myra Reed said no animal products. Curly, no flesh, no flesh, no eggs.
Okay. Which one? Can I hear them one more time?
Yeah. First one by Eugenia, no animals. Barbara, no animal involved. Denise Jefferson, a person who does not eat or use animal products. Myra Reed said no animal products. Pearlie said no flesh, no eggs. And we're going to end it there. So no more answers. We're not taking in any more answers.
Okay. I'm thinking between Barbara and Denise. Okay, so I think it's between Barbara and Denise.
Myra Reed said no animal products. Denise Jefferson said a person who does not eat or use animal products.
And then what did Barbara say?
Barbara said no animal involved.
No animal involved. That was shortened to the. So, but we would want that's more details or what?
Well, I think I like what Denise said.
Denise. Okay, so Denise is the winner.
You always win.
All right, Denise. And what's the prize, Heather?
You are going to get some baking utensils. So you're gonna get some a pan, some utensils, and some
Sounds
other
good. All right.
a cute pan too.
Okay. Thank you.
There we go.
All right, so I have the next question.
I'm gonna figure out what else to do. Who gonna answer? Let me see. I need to write it down.
I have the next question here. I'm just going to try to place it in the chat. All right, here's the next question. Are people who eat a plant-based diet vegans? A yes or no answer.
So the first person that answered correctly.
Correct answer. All right, Miss Pearlie. Pearlie
She was the
answered
first
it first, and yeah, she was the first one to answer it.
Okay. What did she say? No.
All right. Thank you all for participating. I have Denise Jefferson and Pearlie Hemdane. And what does Pearlie get, Heather? Her prize?
The same. Some baking products.
Okay.
Did you have them?
Yeah, got it. And I'm going to do constellation prizes to Elaine, Barbara, and Myra. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'll figure something out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's who, was that all the ones that answered the first time? It was Elaine, Barbara, Myra, Denise, and Pearlie, but Denise and Pearlie won.
Pearlie, yes, the second one. And for the second one, Pearlie was first. For the first one, it was Eugenia, Barbara, Denise won, Myra, and Pearlie.
Okay. Okay, so Elaine, Barbara, and Myra. Yeah. I'm gonna take it out. Hold on one second. Let me fix this towel so it burnt. It's gonna be too hot to. So can you see them? So these are the brownies.
That looks good. Look at that.
I'm gonna let them cool.
Beautiful.
This is my cutter.
Nice still.
Have you guys checked yours?
Yeah. Yes, mine's still in the middle. It's not quite.
It's still jiggling.
It's still the toothpick isn't clean, completely clean.
So maybe put it back in for, I mean, like maybe 4 minutes and see. You think this is 3? I know.
Let me get up now.
Just leave it in there for a couple more minutes and then pull it out.
Okay.
Because it'll continue to bake as it's cooling.
Oh, okay. About 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heather, does it matter where you place the brownies in the oven? Because I heard that if you place it too far in the back, it'll burn.
Oh yeah, usually the center.
Center? Okay.
Put it lower, cooks faster.
Okay, as we wait, for those of you who are still here, we kindly ask of you to please complete the evaluation link. It is located in the chat. After all, this is the last class of our series of the virtual baking workshop with Heather Slater. However, there will be more of Heather this upcoming summer.
That's nice.
So stay tuned.
Nice.
Stay tuned in our Ollie
We
weekly
have some
updates.
recipe suggestions, please.
Yes.
Send them my way.
Or some things you'd like to.
Or some things that you like to cook or learn how to cook.
I can't get it. I can't get it.
If you have any suggestions, please put them in the
Oatmeal
evaluation
cookies.
link.
Oh, okay.
Oatmeal cookies?
Yes.
Oatmeal
I
cookies.
can do that. Some really good oatmeal cookies. And if you like nuts, you can throw nuts in them. And, well, no, Elaine doesn't do chocolate. Oh,
A couple of comments. Geraldine Crabtree said, great presentation, Heather. Priscilla Polk said, thank you, Heather. The presentation was great. Thank you all for your kind comments.
Thank you. Why does it keep beeping? What's going on?
Maybe you should push it in.
Oh.
Off. And drop one.
In the meantime, for those of you who are completing the evaluation link, please go ahead and you may enter today's date, 5/11/2021 at 1:30. Instructor, you may put Heather Slater. Title of the course will be Virtual Baking Workshop. Put vegan dessert to be more specific.
Are you conventional baking or just?
No, I think I'm just regular baking.
Down to 0.
kitchen are you in?
In my cousin's kitchen.
Okay.
We don't know how to work the oven.
Yeah, we don't know how to work the oven. It's a new oven. I'm testing it out. Because we just finished remodeling her kitchen.
All right. So the brownies are done, Heather, or are we still waiting?
Yeah, they're done. They're just cooling. I can see if I can cut it. I think it's probably gonna be crumbly. Because it just yeah, it's crumbling.
Oh, nice. Elaine. Get out, Heather. Look what Elaine and Godfrey are. See that? I spotlighted.
Yes,
Good.
that's good. Yeah.
Y'all don't see it. Where's? Let's see.
That's the countertop.
Was that pearly?
You see it, Heather?
Good.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Now hers,
everyone else,
Heather, yours is a little bit darker than hers. You think use
Mine is too.
Well, I dusted the
live,
pan
Heather?
with cocoa powder.
Did you use applesauce, Elaine?
No, I use flaxseed.
No, what
Oh,
about
yeah, she
Elaine?
used apple.
That's
She
why
used
probably.
applesauce.
Yeah, I used applesauce.
Okay.
Where's your brownies?
Where are the brownies? Did you take them out?
Yes. You didn't see them?
No. Hey, Godfrey.
Hi, Godfrey.
So-
how you
doing?
so you came in when it was time to eat, huh?
No, he's been here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yours look good. That look
That
really
looks
good.
nice. That's good.
We go
He
look
was
and
what
see
you
what
call-
mine doing.
Yeah, that's the way they're supposed to look.
I'm the dishwasher.
So he's a
He's a dishwasher.
He's going to go grab hers.
Oh, she's gonna get hers. Hers in later. She's gonna get hers.
Gonna get her brownies.
Myra take hers out yet?
I don't know. Did Myra, I don't think she cooked this time.
I didn't cook this time.
She said she didn't cook this time.
Oh, you didn't cook this time?
I didn't have all the
Not
ingredients.
interested in the vegan brownie?
I didn't get all the
Oh,
ingredients.
okay. Oh.
We're
Yeah,
just
they
waiting
come out
on
really
me.
good.
Have you cut them yet, Elaine?
Oh, they just came out the oven.
Oh, they just came out.
Elaine, you're on mute.
Oh, what's this thing doing? Yeah, I'm letting it cool down.
Yeah. Yeah, yours came out really good.
See how they taste.
It's really good.
I put some nuts in it.
Oh, okay.
That sounds good.
You got
Yeah.
a little fancy, huh?
Elaine, can you hold yours up again, please?
Okay, I'll try.
You know who's asking, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to. I'm on this iPad, so I have to do things differently.
Oh, okay. Well, problem. That's okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
That's nice.
Let's
I'll meet you
see.
tomorrow.
Okay, can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It looks lovely.
Beautiful. Those look nice.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's Denise that just came in.
No, Pearlie's gonna do hers tonight.
Oh, she didn't put them, huh? So we waiting for Denise,
Okay.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Denise,
I saw her get up, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna go check on them. But other than that, I know it is 2:45. For those of you who have to go, we understand the session it was scheduled for an hour. We thank you for completing the evaluation link. We thank you for coming in for our virtual baking workshop with pastry chef Heather Slater. For those of you who would like a copy of this recording, please let me know. Other than that, thank you, Heather. Thank you all those who came in.
Thank you.
all.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Denise,